All right, it's established by God that Mohammed bin Salman is the beast because the number of his name is 666. That is the number of the beast. It's 666 twice. And my father tells me in the Old Testament that the thing is established by God when he does something twice, and God will shortly bring it to pass. Do not forget that. Otherwise, I did want to revisit this from our last report, because let me tell you, this has been one of the biggest articles that I have seen recently in regards to a sign of the end times coming in, all right? What have I told you on our last Watchman report, all right? Our last Watchman report should have millions of views. But remember, Satan is the prince of the power of the air, and he's the father of lies. He does not promote truth, all right? If I told you that Trump was the Antichrist, that the gospel's Romans 10, and if there's a pre-tribulation rapture, I would get millions of views. But because I tell you the truth, I don't got millions of the views, even though what I'm telling you is the truth, all right? Again, don't forget, they call me Mr. P out there because they don't want you to know what we teach here. Otherwise, remember, the mark of the beast is biotechnology. It is technology in the biology, which is going to be in the right hand or in the forehead, okay? But again, I wanted to touch on this again because on Saudi Arabia's Arab News, it says how a new initiative aims to reinforce Saudi Arabia's biotech leadership position. And if you know Mohammed bin Salman, the crown prince of Saudi Arabia, is the beast, this all makes sense as we connect the dots with the end of the world that's about to start when he confirms the covenant with Israel. Stop playing. Stop playing. You know what I'm saying is true. All right? You know what I'm saying is true. Stop playing. Stop playing yourself. Okay? Get ready. It starts with getting your soul, all right, justified and getting your name in the book of life. Get your name in the book of life and start preparing for the really real end of the world, okay? Stop playing. You know what I'm saying is true, all right? I prove all things here. I prove it with evidence in front of our eyes, all right? But either way, notice with a press release, another one, we have this. His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince, that's the beast right there, launches the National Biotechnology Strategy. Because the mark of Mohammed is biotechnology, which equals 201 with the practice of gematria, just like the Jesuit order or that old serpent. Because remember, we are living Event 201 with Operation Warp Speed to the kingdom of the beast, all right? Again, don't forget, they want to become a global biotech hub. All right, because the beast is MBS, and it's going to be his mark in the right hand or forehead. All right, but check this one out. All right, notice in a new article by Arab News, it says global biotech applications. Look at that. Health is the biggest proportion there on this pie chart. But also notice global biotech. What does it equal with the practice of gematria, of taking letters to numbers? Do you find that a coincidence that global biotech equals the number of the beast? I don't. Either way, check this out. A shot in the arm for biotech. That also equals 777, because when the mark of the beast comes to pass, 42 months after MBS does the deal with Israel and they kill him and he comes back to life, that's when the mark of the beast is going to come to pass. And then we are going to enter the great tribulation where my father is going to have 7 trumpets, 7 seals, and 7 vials of the wrath of God that are going to be poured out on the beast-worshiping world. So when I see 777, oh, I know. A shot in the arm for biotech, all right, as people are going to enter the great tribulation with 7 trumpets, 7 seals, and 7 vials of the wrath of God. Global biotech 666 is on the rise. We are on a course to Vision 2030. Don't forget that. And here goes the kingdom of the beast saying, we don't need to worry about disease X, even though they have an 80% jabbed up rate over there with the pink venom.
This, that, pink venom, get 'em, get 'em, get 'em. Straight till you don't like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
72% of the world got deceived to receive what the music industry calls the pink venom. And the Jesuits told us that that was a confirmation of their satanic mission for the kingdom of the beast. And
if we don't change after this, the next one will be worse.
here goes the kingdom of the beast saying, don't worry about disease X. Meanwhile, the kingdom of the beast in Saudi Arabia is having boxing events that show zombies. Because like I'm telling you, I think the next one is going to come from the jabbed. All right, when they get activated, and we might have some Rwanda genocide raging zombies. All right, that's how I think it might go. All right, and it's also according to the television show on Netflix called Kingdom, like the Kingdom of the Beast, where the description for the show is, while strange rumors about their ill king, like King Salman, grip a kingdom like Saudi Arabia, the crown prince, the beast, Prince Mohammed bin Salman, becomes their only hope against a mysterious zombie plague overtaking the land. All right, that's how I think it's about to go down from the 72% of the world that got deceived to receive a bioweapon. They got a bioweapon, and soon it's going to be expressed, and we will see what they do with them, all right? Either way, notice, on this TV show called Kingdom, we have a sword for the idol shepherd that's going to blind the right eye of Mohammed bin Salman, but he's only going to have his left eye for the idol shepherd, Judas Iscariot. But here we have a zombie, all right? And here's the crown prince, which will be the only hope with his mark against the zombie outbreak. You watch out for that, because notice, I did not like that on Holocaust. Listen. This one I did not like. All right. When I saw this, I said, oh, hell no. All right. Because on Vatican News, on International Holocaust Day, yes, it was on Saturday. So on Saturday, here goes Pope Francis saying, never forget the Rwandan genocide. I said, oh, man, let me tell you, I'm telling you right now, I think the Jesuits tested out the jab in Rwanda, and then they started raging, and in under 100 days, 1 million people died when they got activated. That's how I think it's all about to go down, and they're going to remind us about the Rwanda genocide style coming up, all right? Listen, man, all right? When you take that headline, all right, with the practice of gematria, you get 605. All right, just flip it and remove the 0 for a 5-6 reference. I've been telling you, put it in your calendars for May 6 coming up. And you know what? May 6 coming up in 2024 is also Holocaust Remembrance Day. I don't find that a coincidence, man. Here goes the Jesuit Pope on International Holocaust Day saying, never forget Rwandan genocide. And on May 6 coming up, 5-6, like Society of Jesus with gematria, all right? Don't forget, they're the Society of Judas. But either way, on 5-6, May 6, that is also Holocaust Remembrance Day. And he just told us not to forget Rwanda on International Holocaust Remembrance Day, all right? And like I said, we got the total solar eclipse. That's why I have it in our film, The Prince of the Covenant, because it's all about the Corona King here, all right? The stellar corona, that's what's around the solar eclipse here with the total solar eclipse with totality. You got the stellar corona with the Corona King here, all right? Again, we got the total solar eclipse coming up on April 8th, and 28 days later, like the zombie movie, we got 5-6. All right. But I also want you to take note of here that after the Rwandan genocide on April 7th, when it started in 1994, to the total solar eclipse coming up, we got 360 months. Well, just remove the 0, because 666 is the 36th triangular number. But I also want to bring back an oldie but goodie. Do you guys remember that song, Zombie by Cranberries? What's in your head? It's the Pink Venom.
This, that pink venom, get 'em, get 'em, get 'em. Straight till you don't like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
The pink venom goes straight to your dome, your head. And that's what's in your head. And what did they sing? What's in your head? In your head, zombie, 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 And notice, by the way, the song, it has a length of 5 minutes and 6 seconds. 5-6, all right? And notice, from the Rwandan genocide start date to 5-6 coming up is 30 years and 30 days. There goes that 33 reference right there, all right? Here goes the leader of Rwanda that also oversaw the Rwandan genocide, giving a tribal staff to the Jesuit Pope in honor of giving them, authority. Remember, I should say, this is a scepter, by the way. This is a tribal scepter given to him by the leader of Rwanda, that sellout, all right, that jabbed up his nation, all right, in preparation for the global Rwandan genocide. And here he goes giving him a scepter to the Pope, because don't forget, the Pope today is the King of Kings and the King of the world, because he reigns over. Don't forget what the Bible says in Revelation 17. The Vatican is the city that reigneth over the kings of the world, and the Pope is the king of that city. So what does that make the Pope? If the Pope is the king of the city that the Word of God says reigns over all the other kings, what does that make the Pope? The King of Kings. You better understand that. I hope you do. Otherwise, here's another reference to freaking 5/6 coming up, all right? From Event 201 on October 18th, 2019 to May 6th coming up, we got 4 years and Event 201 days, all right? Don't forget, 5/6 is Holocaust Remembrance Day, where there might be a big old Holocaust from those that get activated with that pink venom. Otherwise, I did now want to take some time to remind you of what we've already shown you with the devil, the great dragon, at the concert from Imagine Dragons, where he's talking to people. All right? And notice what he says here. And notice the images, because you're going to see a total solar eclipse. And then he says, finally. And then you're going to see graphene oxide that is modulated. Check this out.
Sleepwalking, tumbling from one end to the next, until finally.
Did you see that? Let's watch that again.
Sleepwalking, tumbling from one end to the next, until finally.
So, sleepwalking until the solar eclipse, and then finally, the graphene oxide gets modulated. So, like I've been telling you, you better have a zombie contingency plan. I ain't playing around when I say that. You better get ready for anything, because a lot of people have forgotten about 72% of the world that got jabbed up with a bioweapon. Jab is just a bioweapon. That's what that stands for. But again, we got to be watching for how they build up to the solar eclipse here in America and after, okay? Because 28 days later, like the zombie movie, is 5/6 coming up after the solar eclipse. And who else has been preparing the way there? All right, we got King BBSJ, all right, that jabbed up the land of Israel in preparation for the time of Jacob's trouble coming up. All right, and if you want to see what's under the microscope there with one of the jabs, you can see it right there. The placebo recently... version of Mein Kampf, which is from Hitler, supposedly. All right, but either way, let's now go into King Bibi. King Bibi recently said, we will eliminate the new Nazis. I want to bring to your attention again the root word Nazi, all right? That comes from the German form of Ignaz, which is Ignatius, like the founder of the Jesuits. When you hear the word Nazis, it comes from Ignaz, which is Ignatius, which is the founder of the Society of Judas. This guy right here that is throwing up some devil horns, all right? This is from a recent film that the Jesuits produced themselves with their leader, their founder, I should say, throwing up the devil horns and some 666 flags, all right? Listen, man, you can't even make this up if you tried. But again, King Bibi looks to be a Jesuit, or I should say a Nazi, because that is from the German form of Ignaz. Never forget that. The word Nazi is basically Ignatius, the founder of the Jesuits. But here he is rowing into the deep, all right? He's trying to make you think that Hamas is like Hitler, but really, he's like Hitler, that jabbed up vaccination nation, all right? He's the Hitler. Get that guy out of here.